Come on in, pull up a chair and take a load off, because today I'll be taking a first look and paging through Castles and Crusades, Codex of Aihrde from Troll Lord Games. And I will jump on in right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As I mentioned in the open, today I'll be taking a first look at Castles and Crusades, Codex of Aihrde from Troll Lord Games. I'm taking a stab in the dark that the pronunciation is Aihrde, but I could be wrong. Regardless, this hardcover is written by Stephen Schnault with artwork provided by Peter Bradley, Nathan Zada, Zoe DeVos, and Jason Walton. The 288-page hardcover carries an MSRP of $49.99, or you can grab the PDF over at DriveThruRPG for $19.99. Also, stay tuned, because I'll tell you how you can get into the running to win a set of all 5 of the Castles and Crusades core books that I'm taking a look at this week in PDF. All right, so let's swing on over to the other camera, because here I've got Castles and Crusades, Codex of Aihrde. Before we dive on in, do want to mention the fine folks over at Troll Lord Games were kind enough to provide me with this review copy, but neither I nor anyone else affiliated with Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this coverage with you. And these days, it's important that you know that. As usual, I'll be staying picture-in-picture up here, so as we take a peek through, I'll be cutting off a little bit of the upper left portion of the book. Also, we're not going to look at each and every page, but I do want to give you a good feel for what you're going to find within this codex. So let's take a peek at the back. After winter's dark, the world of Aihrde spins upon an Earth-like axis of ancient civilizations where good and evil have struggled for countless years. It is a world that bears the markings of its past, where ancient evils slumber, stained with the power of eldritch wizardry, where gods dwell in bejeweled halls of wonderment, worshipped by men and women of all creeds, where dragons live in great dens of heaped treasure, where the new stands upon the ruins of the old, in beds of ancient glory. For 1,000 years and more, the dark god Unklar ruled the world in a terrible reign of winter's dark, but now, banished to the great empty, Aihrde is a world reborn. In the after winter's dark, heroes tread in iron-shod boots and wizards lean on crooked staffs to plunder the buried wealth and power of the ages. Here, the eternal struggle goes on, age after age, for Aihrde is a world of adventure, of undaunted heroes, untainted by the decadent philosophies of those meek who suffer in the shadows of lesser men. For here the stone columns of history are wiped clean, awaiting the bold to carve their mark and gain entry to the halls of immortality. Aihrde is a complete campaign and world setting for your favorite RPG game. An in-depth history, mythology, descriptions of all the races of the world, from dwarves to giants and elves to orcs, a case-by-case study of all the relevant kingdoms and peoples and the geographical regions. Aihrde is the most complete campaign setting on the market today. Ooh, I don't know. That's a bold claim there. Let's jump on in. I've got to say that all through this week, as I've been looking at these Castles and Crusades books, I've had a lot of fun. And hopefully, those of you who have been watching have enjoyed them as well. I got to point out, I've been pretty impressed by what I've seen so far. This really does look like a system that would appeal to folks who want a more modern approach to role-playing game mechanics with a nod back to the old school. So early editions of, say, D&D. All right, let's jump on in here, because I have the impression this is mainly a gazetteer. So this is going to be Castle Keeper facing. Castle Keeper is the game master for Castles and Crusades. So it looks like it's delving into the history of the game world. Oh, it looks like quite a bit. So I'm going to take a stab. I think each of these chapters is kind of an era of the game world, and they're called, looks like they're called orations, maybe, because it says 5th oration of the age of man. Holy cow. Man, we're 70 pages in, and it is background. Some people refer to this as fluff, as game fluff, and essentially because it's not mechanics, it's not game options, things like that. I don't mind fluff, as long as you've got gameable material as well in a book. That's kind of cool, that artwork there. Now, of course, a book like this, I'm not going to be expecting as much gameable material as I would in other books, because right off the bat, we know this is a codex of the game world. Looks like we're getting a kind of a timeline. This seems like this is leading up to more of the modern day setting of Aihrde, which is probably the time period of published adventures and things like that. So 1131 to 1136 MD. So this is where we had the end of the Winter Dark. So this is probably the period going forward that adventures are set in Aihrde for Castles and Crusades. So here we have an almanac. And it appears we're taking a peek at the various different planes. So it gives us a little breakdown of each of the planes, movement throughout that plane, encounters that you might have in that plane, time and sustenance, as well as magic. So it's effectively telling you what kind of encounters you can prepare for your players if they require food and water and rest. It looks like we're moving into different deities, which the 5th and final book I'll be taking a look at tomorrow is Gods and Legends. And I would take a guess that we're going to get into quite a bit more detail about each of these deities and pantheons. And there's a lot of them. Quite a few. Falkenjäger, the hanging god. We have Cain, the abysmal duke, the red duke. It's like that's a map of the game world. I believe there's a poster map that's included with this hardcover as well. So are we now, looks like we're into races. Yep. Different kinds of elves. So we've got mist elves, twilight elves, wood elves, wild elves, halflings, orcs. Of the trolls. I wonder if the trolls in Castles and Crusades are your kind of typical high fantasy role-playing trolls. You know, they regenerate, they're susceptible to fire, or if they're a little bit different, like say in Tunnels and Trolls. So now it looks as if we're getting into different kingdoms. Well, that's cool. That's a pretty cool piece of art. Yes, so these are different kingdoms. So we're getting a geographical location, travel, heraldry. So there's the heraldry there. The land and governance, an economic rating, what kind of army that the kingdom fields, what kind of religions or deities they worship, and the people, and how did that kingdom come about. Cool. So it looks like we've got quite a few kingdoms here as well. Gaxmore, the Lost City. One thing I can say is there is a lot of content in this book. There's artwork throughout, as we've seen, but not an overwhelming amount of artwork. As you can see, I'll just take a few pages here. So we get a little bit here and there. That's kind of interesting. What's behind door number 2? Yikes. Oh, these are still all kingdoms here. Okay. Let's see what else we're going to get. Is that how we're going to wrap up? Is just with... Oh, okay. So wait. So this looks like... Looks like information by region. Different rivers. Unusual places. Great Wall of Aihrde. Religious guilds and orders. Okay. Then it looks like we're going to get into some appendices. So we've got languages, a calendar, chronology for the different ages, climate and weather. Oh, wow. There we go. It's like, that's kind of cool. Flora, economic tiers. Okay, so we saw the different economic levels for the different kingdoms. And it looks like we're going to wrap up with a glossary and probably an index. Yep, there we go. There's the index there. And there is the poster map. Let's see if I can fold this out a little bit, give you a peek. Yeah, okay. Open this way. Yep. Just trying to be careful that I don't tear anything. This is a good size map here. And I got to say, it's pretty thick. It's not just regular old paper. So it looks like it's made up of 16 panels. See if I can get the other side here for you. There we go. Sweet. All right, so we've got that as well. And it is, looks like it's glued. Yeah, it's glued to the back cover. All right. That is Castles and Crusades, Codex of Aihrde from Troll Lord Games. Of course, I'm going to have a review of this in the very near future. In fact, I'll be reviewing all of these Castles and Crusades books that I've been taking a peek at this week. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that you can have the opportunity to get into the running to win PDF copies of all 5 of the Castles and Crusades books I'm looking at this week. And it's pretty easy to jump on board. All you got to do is be a subscriber to the Gaming Gang channel and leave a comment on all 5 videos. This is video number 4. Gods and Legends is coming tomorrow. So all you got to do, leave a comment on each of the 5 videos, and please make the comment of some substance. Don't be like, I want to win those PDFs. Not very exciting. And I will choose a winner and reveal the winner on the July 5th live edition of the Gaming Gang Dispatch. So jump into the contest, and of course, tune in on Tuesday, July 5th to find out if you're a winner. All right, that is it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell. It will not only let you know when I upload videos such as this first look. It'll also inform you when my live stream, The Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Thank you so much for taking time out to watch this video. And here's hoping each and every one of you gets to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang. Oh, hey, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, by all means, subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel by clicking right here. Check out the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch, or find out what YouTube recommends you check out from the channel. And of course, once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thanks for watching.